Hello everybody, it's Sephiroth1204 for the weekly update. Let's see. First things first, a trigger warning for those of you who don't like candy corn. I love candy corn. I love candy corn. I'm not afraid to say that, especially and even in the politically charged times we are in these days. I feel it's important to show support and solidarity with candy corn, because it has a bad reputation and it's delicious and it's multi-layered, so you could take the little white part off and put it on your teeth like that, and it's instant costume. See? See? If you could make it anything I said there. Or take the yellow part and use that instead. Or you could take two parts off and just combine them together. And it's delicious. I'm not afraid to say that. Each segment has a slightly different flavor, despite the fact that you might think that it's all single. No. Candy corn is here to stay, and you're going to have to deal with that. This has been a public service announcement by Sephiroth1204 Enterprises. Thank you. Anyway, on to the rest of the weekly update. So, this past week was an interesting week for everyone. Video game news and such. First of all, I just wanted to introduce you to a new plush. Sephiroth, don't fall over, please. Okay. Good, he's standing on his own. I got a little Ampharos plush from the Pokemon Center. I thought it would be a little bigger, but it's adorable. And Ampharos, if you guys know, is one of my favorite Pokemon ever. I fell in love with it ever since I was playing my favorite Pokemon game ever, Pokemon Silver, and you go to the lighthouse and you have to rescue cute little Amphi. And that's the best name. I have never named an Ampharos or Marib family anything other than Amphi, because it's just perfect. And yeah, Ampharos is adorable and I love it, and you should too. It's also, I find it to be very useful, and it has a nice moveset. Let's try to fit you back under Sephiroth's arm there. Good enough. So, yeah. Just in terms of scheduling, I did not have time to record any more Splatoon bonus videos. I also don't really have that much of a drive to now, because if you guys didn't see, Chugga Conroy just started a new Let's Play. And what Let's Play is that? It's Splatoon. Now, if you guys are new to my channel, Chugga Conroy copies me. I'm serious, Chugga Conroy copies me. Luigi's Mansion, Chugga Conroy copied my idea there. When I Let's Played it, he was doing it. Majora's Mask, I started first, I'm pretty sure. But no. You might say, Dovey, he plans this stuff out for a while. I do too. Except for this, I will admit that, and it's on tape, me saying I got in a flash of inspiration when I was in the hospital, but I started it first, before he announced his. But yeah, so I don't have anything pre-recorded. I had friends over this weekend, so I didn't really have time. So the next 2 days, which are the last two holiday days for the Jewish holiday days, I'm not going to be around, and there's not going to be any uploads, probably. I don't have anything recorded. Starting Wednesday, back on schedule throughout November and such, and we'll talk about that next week and things like that. So yeah, enjoy Chugga Conroy's Let's Play, I guess. I can't see it be very. I didn't watch the first episode, so I don't know what he's doing with it. But I can't see it being that long. I don't know what he's doing with it. But see, the problem is he can record the gamepad, so you know his stuff is gonna be more professional than mine. But he doesn't have Goomba Pa in the thumbnails, so go me. Go me. So yeah. I actually have to finish this quickly so that my friends don't come in because they're still here and I'm ignoring them. So, just wanted to show you something. One of the things from Sukkot, Festival of Tabernacles, is we have this thing called the Arba Minim, the 4 species. We take a palm, like a palm branch that's hasn't like gone out yet, so it's kind of like a spine, pretty much. Willow and myrtle and a citron, and they represent different stuff. They represent different types of people or different parts of the body, and we essentially shake them around during the prayers, and it's at certain points, and it's kind of representative of us and things like that. It's very esoteric, and I'm really bad at explaining, but suffice to say, it's a very old tradition, and I look forward to it. But the citron, this is an esrog in Hebrew, or citron in English. It is essentially, it's a citrus. It is not a lemon. It's very similar to it. It has a much thicker rind. As you can see, it's bumpy all over. Has a little, we call it a pitome. That's English. I don't know, stem at the top. And yeah, so for Jewish people, the bumpier the better. That's actually what it's supposed to be. In Hebrew, it's called Pri Eitz Hadar, or the fruit of a beautiful tree, or a beautiful tree fruit. And this is beautiful. This is beauty right here, guys. Your round little lemons, no. This is real beauty. And it has the most beautiful, wonderful smell to it. And I look forward to Sukkot every single year just to be able to smell this thing. Because you don't really find it in stores, because you can eat it, and people actually candy the peel, and it's really good. But, you know, lemons are a lot more abundant to find. These come from, like, the Middle East area, Cyprus and things like that. So, yeah, but if you ever find a citron in the store, just smell it. It's so much better than a lemon or a lime. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it so much. Also, it fits in your hand. It's cool. But yeah, I just want to talk about it because this is like one of my favorite things. I look forward to Sukkot every year, partially so that we get these again. I know it's weird and it doesn't make sense to you guys, and I'm okay with that because you guys do things that doesn't make sense to me, and I don't hold it against you most of the time. I'm sorry. But yeah, so more importantly, that's those 2 things are the stuff. I'm not paid by Candy Corn Enterprises, by the way, which is totally a real organization. So just other stuff. The Cubs are going to the World Series. Now, I live in New Jersey, and I was born in New York, and I am a Yankees fan. But the Yankees sucked this year. This is baseball for those of you who aren't in the loop of this area. The Yankees sucked this year, and I'm very upset with them. But the Cubs were the best team in baseball the entire year, keeping an over 600 average, meaning winning at least 6/10 of their games, which is really, really cool. And yeah, they just made it to the World Series for the first time in 71 years. So I want them to win. And I don't care about the Indians. That's something to take out of context. Candy corn. This stuff's addicting. Addictive. But yeah, the bigger news is the Pokemon Sun and Moon demo came out this past week. And it's really good, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. And it's also changing on a daily basis. There's certain events. I think there's actually an event we can do today somewhere. And I'm opening it up professionally in front of you. There's a certain event you can do today, and there's just like other people, like you go around the demo, they're like, oh, in 3 days someone's gonna come visit me or whatever. So let's see if I can find the person for today, because I have nothing better to do than stall. Let's see, I think it was a policeman. Also, you can spoilers for Pokemon Sun and Moon. I'm not going to talk about the new Pokemon. How about that? But there is a Tauros you can ride everywhere, and that's cool. That is cool. There's also a bunch of Slowpokes blocking the road, because that's how that works. Yeah, so I played the demo, and it was pretty interesting. And stuff also changes on a daily basis, and not just the people that say like, oh, in 5 days somebody's visiting me or whatever, but just like characters from the game appear and just unlock little scenes that are just story. Oh yeah, okay, so this spoilers for the look of the game. So yeah, this woman's like, I sprained my ankle. There's a guy that's coming here to visit me, and he's the one that helped me. And it's a Machamp. It's going, Meh. So her boyfriend is a Machamp, apparently. This is a Let's Play, by the way. Nintendo does a copyright takedown. Thanks for letting me show him off to you. See you around. Is that it? That's it. Okay, cool. So I'll check later to see if there's anything special that happens from that. But yeah, it's cool to check it every day, because even if it's not the certain things, there are other things that appear. And I'm excited for the game because you got to play with fun Pokemon in the demo, in the beginning of the demo. So yeah, it's good stuff. Go check it out. It's free. You can download it. It's not like Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, where they gave out the demo codes via what was it? God, Dovey, the Nintendo thing, Nintendo Rewards or whatever. And everyone got 4 demo codes, and they're just like, I'll sell it to you. That was fun. But yeah, so the biggest news, though, is Nintendo finally gave us information on its next game system, the Nintendo Switch. Love that sound. And yeah, it's interesting. I watched the trailer a whole load because it took me a little while to process all the different things for it. I mean, people are complaining about the name. They always complain about the name. I'll get used to the Switch. I don't care what the term may or may not connote in certain things. Nintendo is not connoting that. People made the same arguments when they called their system the Wii. Because, 12-year-olds. But, yeah, so it seems to be mainly a tablet that plugs into a dock that attaches to television. I'm assuming that the dock would have, like, increased graphical capabilities and stuff, output and whatever. And you have a cool controller that kind of looks like a GameCube-y. Actually, my first thought was that it looked like the round Sega Saturn controller. The really icky one. But it has detachable controllers, and they can each be used as their own controller. They have a button on the back and a shoulder button and a joystick, and 4 either C or ZABY buttons. XABY, ZABY. Anybody play Chrono Trigger here? You people. But yeah, so it has that. There's also a Pro Controller type thing that's just separate, that doesn't detach from itself. But the little controllers can attach to the side of the tablet, and you can pick it up and play it like a Vita, which is interesting, although people are saying that battery life is going to suck. We'll have to see, because Nintendo hasn't told us anything, but it seems to be running on a nice NVIDIA graphics chip. And you can also use the tablet as a display and play on the little controllers separately. Just from what it is, what it seems, it's a console gaming experience, but it also is a mobile one. It will have cartridges, which is interesting. I mean, cartridges today, like SD cards, can go up to a half a terabyte, so that's not a limitation. Just hoping that it will be able to accept memory card. First of all, I want it to have a nice built-in memory. It's not going to now, because we know it's mobile, and that sucks. But the Wii U's memory, I've talked about in the past. I don't like it. I want to have a terabyte. I want to have a terabyte. But they showed off people being able to play on two systems mobily with like local multiplayer between them. They were playing basketball 2-on-2, two people on one system, two people on the other, playing against each other. So that's pretty cool. They showed off what seems to be a new Splatoon game. Obviously, they haven't announced anything. They showed off someone playing a new 3D Mario game, which looked freeform, which was cool. I hope that people are hoping that it's more of like a Mario 64 Sunshine Galaxy as opposed to Mario 3D World, and I would like that a lot. It's not going to be, but I would like that a lot. They also showed off a new Mario Kart, and these are all obviously conceptual. They are not announced or anything. They also showed off Skyrim, though, and that excited me because Skyrim is, and Bethesda has said Skyrim is not necessarily a thing, it was just a demo, but Skyrim is graphics intensive for the most part, but the big announcement with that was that they have so much support from so many companies now. There's like a giant list, and if you compare it to the list of third-party support from the Wii U, it's at least 2 or 3 times bigger. And that's amazing. And they have all the usual studios like Level 5 and Capcom and Tecmo Koei and all the cool things. But they also have support with things like Unity, and I think From Software was on there. And so a lot of indie developers were like, ooh, Unity! We can actually port our stuff to the Wii U without having to make an entirely new game. Yay! So, yeah, it's exciting. Did I say Wii U? I don't know. But yeah, so it's exciting, and we need more information, obviously. They said they're not going to really be talking about it. The reason why, and I've said this before, the reason why I think that they've been holding back on it is, A, to get things ready, and B, to get past the announcements for PSVR, and all the VR stuff that's been really hyped and talked about. So PSVR launched, and that's gone. I thought they were going to wait till after the PlayStation 4 Pro launched, but they're pretty close to launch. But since it's going to be in March anyway, I don't think they're going to lose sales to it. But I think that they just wanted to wait till there was a lull in hype for the Xbox and PlayStation systems and peripherals that were coming out, just so that people would be able to pay attention to the Switch announcement. And I think it worked well. It was very well received, based on an independent poll by @Sephiroth1204 on Twitter, who asked, what do you think about the Switch? And nobody, as far as last time I checked, said they didn't. Nobody said they did not like it. Everyone said either they liked it was better than expected, or they're waiting for more information, and there were 2 options for don't care and it's worse than I expected. So that's good, and these independent polls are very important, as we know. So yeah, so it's exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing more on it and more on. People are pointing out that the controllers are tiny, and me with my big hands, I feel your pain. They're not. I assume that they're not going to make an XL, but there is the Pro controller there. I'm calling it the Pro controller. It looks like a Pro controller, and that's going to fit my hands, and that's what I care about. I doubt I'm going to be using it. Well, actually, I can't really say until we get games, but I don't see myself using it as much for the mobile thing, just because I have no local friends. But it looks like it's going to be a nice console experience, and I look forward to seeing more information on that. As for anything else, that's pretty much it for the weekly updates. Check out the Loot Crate video from yesterday if you want. Go out to the store and see if you can find a Citron. Smell it. It's really good. Eat candy corn. Candy corn matters too. It does. That's pretty much it for the weekly update. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, bye. Bye-bye.